once in a while somebody asks me to provide them with some time-saving tips. It falls under the broader heading of project management tips. Bottom line is, I think I see a lot of people struggling with this. And we can go a lot of different directions, really, on this subject. So we're probably going to start creating a series here on the Intuit Accountants blog or Firm of the Future blog. Frankly, I'm not sure where this is going to wind up, but I know I'm doing it for Intuit, and it's going somewhere in the world of Intuit's content or web presence, infrastructure, something like that. Anyway, time-saving tips from Seth David. So the first thing I wanted to focus on is the high level, the thing I kind of see the most of, I think, when I look at what people are posting in social media in our forums, like our Between Wall and Main Strategy forum on Facebook. I see people, I think where people get stuck the most is, a lot of us know, especially in the accounting world, we all have, we're all pretty good at organizing things. But where I think people get stuck, even in our world of generally highly organized people, is we get into overwhelm because we have so much to do. We tend to take on too much, first of all, probably. So one time-saving tip, stop taking on so much. Raise your rates. I often half-jokingly say to people, if you double your rates and lose half your clients, you'll make the same amount of money doing half the work. So that might be one thing to consider. Whenever you're feeling like you're busier than you want to be, that's usually the time when it means it's time to raise your rates. However, if, let's say, we're just at that point where we're on complete overwhelm, I have so much stuff to do, I don't know what to do first, I have great project management software, I can even look across all of my projects and see, what all the tasks are that need to get done, for each of those projects, and still that doesn't help me because I can't figure out which of those projects to work on first. I've got it swimming around in my mind. So step one is going to be to make a short list of just a high level, the things that are like top of mind that you absolutely need to focus on because they're the things that are getting you the most stressed out. The client you're most behind on, the client who's been asking you for an update and you haven't been able to give them one. Whatever it is, the first thing we're going to do, and we're going to come over to my screen now and take a look at this, is we're going to create a list. I'm using an app called Workflowy, and we're going to create a simple list called today's content or today's tasks, right? For me, it's content. So I did that earlier before this recording. I listed out, here's the content I need to work on, right? Something I'm calling what to do when you're so overwhelmed you don't know what to do first. And then here's what I'm actually working on literally at the very moment that you're watching me, as I'm recording this, right? The time-saving tip stuff. And then I have something I want to do for Fundera, for BQE, for my 97 and up program. I'm doing a section of lessons on WordPress, my Excel course, and of course ShareFile, which is part of my bigger course on file management applications. So that's what I did. I listed out these are the things that I need to do, and once I do that, it just immediately de-stresses me, right? It immediately reduces stress. All of a sudden, I'm feeling much, much better because now I feel like at least I've got a plan. Right? Now, of course, you could expand on this and start adding all kinds of sublines, but try not to. Try to keep it high level like this because at least this way, now you can get into action. You don't want to stifle yourself by then bogging yourself down with more outlining and tasks and, oh my God, what am I going to do? Now that this is done, the next thing you'll want to do is go over to your project management application. Now, I happen to use Active Clab. And Active Clab has great reports. It's one of the reasons I like it. And one thing I notice is I have tasks going back to February 1st. It's now February 11th. So one thing I'll do while I'm here is I'll clean this up. I'll go through task by task. And even though I'm getting a little bit sidetracked from what I'm going to do, this is quick because it's only 11 days worth and it's not every day, obviously. Then I'm going to go in here and say, well, here's some of the stuff that I need to do for Fundera, actually, as it turns out. So I'm going to change the date quickly to today's date because I know I'm going to be working on that in just a few minutes, right? This is for a client, actually, that I had established with a date of February 1. What I'm going to do is I happen to know that I meet with him every Wednesday virtually, so I'm going to update that to next Wednesday. So that's the first thing I'll do when I see that I've gotten to this point where I've got some stuff that, obviously we're past the due date. It's not that I'm going to get in trouble for not having done it. It's more that it wasn't such a priority and I had set the original due date based on like a desired date to get it done, or it's done and I just haven't completed. Any number of reasons. Bottom line is now the task at hand is to go through each of these and update it to when am I going to get it done? When am I going to work on this thing, right? Once that's done, I know that I'm working on content, so I'm going to go into my project called Content. Now what I just did there in Active Collab was Control K. This seems to be it's becoming the new universal jump feature. Slack does it, and if you're in a Slack team and you want to find a channel and you know what it is by name, but maybe there's so many channels that you know it's a pain to kind of sort through the list, just press Control K and you'll get a jump option where you can then start typing the name of whatever you're looking for, and it comes right up. So I go into my content / newsletters project here, and now I can go in and start tackling the tasks that I need to do. In fact, within this, I may even have something. No, you know why? Because Fundira I'm so active with right now that they have their own project. Look at that. So I jump over to Fundira, and here's my February articles and videos that I'm going to need to work on for them. So that's the process, really, and that's how you de-stress. That's how you save time, believe it or not. Instead of just diving in and going at it with an ADD-like approach where you just spend a few minutes on this and then jump over and do that and let me check my email and let me do this, make that short list and then get focused, and then focus on that first one and focus only on that first one in that list. Ignore everything else. Close your email, close any possible distraction, and just get and stay focused on getting that one thing done. And you'll get it done, and you'll get it done a lot faster than you would if you allowed the distractions. Right? That's how you save time. That's how you get things done faster, is by staying focused, by picking that one thing and staying focused on it. So more on this to come. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully you get something out of this kind of content. If you do me a huge favor and post your comments below, wherever you happen to be watching this. If you're seeing the video on YouTube, post your comments right here on YouTube and check the description for a link over to the write-up, wherever that might be, so that you can post the comment directly there on the blog, wherever the write-up happens to be, wherever something happens to be, whatever. Seriously though, I would love to know if this is the kind of stuff you like and would like to see more of. If it is and you let me know, you can be sure that I will do more of it. As always, I hope you had some fun here and learned something along the way. I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day, and I look forward to seeing you on the web.